and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Yes, indeed, it is a beautiful Friday morning. Well, it's a little wet out there, but it could be a lot worse. And we're joined now by Todd Vansickle of First Federal Savings Bank for the First Federal program.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for the welcome today. And beautiful mornings, always beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yes. My dad would say today is a beautiful day because he likes the cloudy, rainy, cold conditions.
My daughter's the same way. She's in town for a few days, and she loved the pouring down rain yesterday.
Yes.
I went to visit her in Indianapolis yesterday. Actually, the leaves driving down 31 were really pretty, it seemed like, except for the rain, looking through the rain to see them.
Yeah.
Pretty much rained all the way down there and all the way back. And it rained in Rochester all day yesterday.
Yeah, for the most part, there were times where it was more of just a light sprinkle.
Okay. That annoying rain where it's kind of misty.
Yes.
You need a jacket or you get soaking wet.
Yep, and then my favorite part is I happened to step out back to take some stuff outside yesterday, and there's a puddle out back that has raindrops in it, and I'm staying dry, not getting a raindrop on me at all. I'm like, man, talk about scattered showers.
Oh yeah. Yes, true. Those puddles are always dangerous too, because is it surface water, or
Right.
Is it like 3 feet deep when you put your foot
Exactly.
I seem to find those a lot. It seems like.
Yes.
Well, we got some good fall weather coming up. I mean, this is looking at the leaves yesterday. It's probably peak weekend for the leaves, so that's good. When I lived in Brown County for a while in Nashville, Indiana, there was this was always a big tourist time in Nashville, and called them leaf peepers that would come out to look at the leaves.
Yeah.
So probably a lot of leaf peepers this weekend.
Yes, there are. I'm sure.
So the weather looks pretty good. Saturday, partly cloudy with 30% chance of rain. Temps in the upper 50s. Sunday, mostly cloudy, high 52. It's kind of what we expect this time of year in the fall.
Yes.
We're going to welcome Commander Cathi Collins from the Fulton County Detention Center today as our guest in a little bit. Cathy's doing great things as a jail commander and lots of things going on at the jail. And we even have some jail trivia questions for you today, too.
Oh.
Let's see if...
All right.
Cathy probably knows one. I know she knows one.
All right. Well, she can help me get them right then.
We can help each other out here, too.
Okay.
We're among friends here. Optimist Club Pumpkin Patch will be closing this weekend. I think it's Saturday's maybe the last day. Do you know that for sure?
I do not know for sure.
Saturday. Okay,
Sounds
well maybe
right,
just go out Saturday, and
yes.
They have discounts, and they've had a great year, and last chance to get pumpkins this weekend. Also, the Fulton County Historical Society Haunted Woods Trail starts this weekend.
Yes, it does.
It's on Friday and Saturday at the Fulton County Museum grounds. There's a 1-hour tour. For more information, call 223-4436 or visit the museum website.
All right.
You ever been out there and done that?
I have not.
Either have I.
I keep saying I'm going to.
Kathy looks like she has.
Maybe next week.
Things like that scare me, so I don't know if I want to get scared. But it's family fun. I looked at the website today, and it's family fun. United Way annual campaign's going on now. We want to thank the county for allowing United Way to allow us to display our progress sign. It's on the south side of the courthouse square. We're at 30% goal now, and want to thank the Times Theater and RTC for putting up a thermometer on their marquee that shows we're 30%. So if you have an interest in donating to the Fulton County United Way, it's never too late. You can call the office at 223-8929, or if you're an employer that wants to run an employee campaign, reach out to me or Jenny Moriarty. We'll be happy to come out and talk to you about running an employee campaign. That's really the heart and soul of our annual United Way campaign, is the employees contributing to our community that benefit the 8 agencies that we sponsor, and they all do great things in the community. And so it's United Way season too. There's a lot going on this fall.
Yes.
So looking at trivia.
All right.
You may know this one off the top of your head. I may not even need to give you the multiple choice answers.
Okay.
What year did the new Fulton County Detention Center open?
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
You know that one?
Yeah.
You want to just try right now?
2023.
You want to try again?
2.
You want to try again?
21. Oh.
Thank you, Kathy. Putting the number fingers up there for that.
It's been a long time. It doesn't seem like it's been that.
Sounds like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I know, it's, yeah.
Ah.
The inmates weren't in 2021, were they?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
December.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. Please come up here, Kathy, if you want to talk here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
December of 21 is when we officially moved all the inmates from the old jail to the new jail.
That's,
Ah.
time flies, doesn't
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Okay, since you
Well,
didn't do so well at that one, do you want the next trivia question?
sure.
Okay.
With multiple choice.
This is from Tanner. What is the largest prison in the world? A, the LA County Jail. B, the Klong Pram Central Prison in Thailand. C, the New Bilibid Prison in Philippines. Or Rikers Island in New York. Again, this is from Tanner Research, so I haven't verified it. Kathy,
Okay,
do you
so the LA County Jail is not a prison, it's a jail.
have? Okay.
So that eliminates that one.
You're very good at this already. We can come up with the answer at the end. We'll give you
Yeah,
time
we'll have
to
to
think
work
about
on
this.
that.
Yeah. So sports coming up now. It's football season. It's football sectional season. It's a great time of year. Hard to believe, jail's been open since 2021. We've been through 9 football games this fall already.
Yes.
Rochester kind of has a good thing tonight. They got a bye in the sectional, so they
Yeah.
already will be in the sectional semifinal.
Yes.
They'll be playing
Winner of
Central Catholic and Winnemac. Okay, that next Friday night. Tippecanoe Valley 9-0 might be in the toughest sectional in the state. Playing Indianapolis Bishop Chatard at 9-0, number 1 team in the state. It's got the number 2 team in the state in the sectional, and number 7 team in the sectional. So good luck to the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings as they. If they win the sectional, they'll definitely earn it this year.
Yes.
So it's going to be a tough row. Indianapolis Bishop Chatard's a great program with a great history. Other local games, Caston at North White and Culver at South Central. Not much happening in college football this weekend. Both Purdue and Notre Dame have the week off.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame won last week with USC. Kind of a surprising upset to me, to be honest with you. But maybe USC is not as good as we usually think they are. I think maybe the quarterback there may have lost his bid for a repeat Heisman. But it's difficult for Caleb Williams to win 2 in a row. That doesn't happen very often.
Right.
But it does give, I'm an IU fan, so I have to bring in IU football whenever we can. Their former quarterback, Michael Penix, is a quarterback for Washington. Now he's the Heisman favorite.
Okay.
It kind of figures that's IU football history for you. It's like, got a great player and he goes someplace else and maybe he wins the Heisman. But
Yep.
that's the way it goes, right?
Yep.
NFL football this weekend. Oh yeah, not forgetting IU. It's homecoming again for them. So if you're going down to Brown County to do some leave, you can leave early because it's a home football game, homecoming. IU plays Rutgers. IU's 2-4, and Rutgers is 5-2, and is at noon on the Big Ten Network.
Okay.
And NFL football coming up. Colts and Browns. Wow.
Yes.
Who are you going to root for that, Paul? Because you're a Browns fan. Okay. Die hard. Yeah, you kind of stick with your home
Yes.
teams, right?
I did see that they are, I think, a 3-point favorite to win this.
Oh yeah.
So.
That's on the road too, right?
Yeah.
Was it it is in Indy, right?
It is. I do believe it is.
Yeah, I think I saw that because Indianapolis is unveiling their alternate uniforms, the Indy
Yes.
Nuts,
Yes.
with black helmets and dark blue jerseys and pants. I think. I
Yep.
think they look kind of cool. So you'll be watching. Will you watch this game?
I'll listen to it.
Oh, obviously, of course, because you're working the radio station, so you'll be listening on WROI.
Yeah,
Pre-game
good.
comes on about noon, right?
Yep. And thanks to my dad and granddad, I've learned we don't watch Cleveland sports. We listen to it. That way we can turn it off when it gets bad and we don't throw anything at things and break anything.
Yeah, you don't want to break that, 80-inch TV,
Yeah.
anything like that, or smaller. The Bears play the Raiders at 1 o'clock on Fox, but also Major League Baseball is going on too. I think the Diamondbacks were down 2-0 in the series, and they won last night in a walk-off in the 9th inning.
Yep.
I think the score was 2-1 or 3-2. I think it was 2-1. Yeah. I watched the end of the game, but I was doing some other things.
This morning, actually.
Huh. Paul's going to save me by looking it up right now. So.
Yes. 2-1.
Okay. So that will continue. The series will continue today. We got the A's. I'm sorry, the A's. The A's are not playing in the American League. We got the Houston Astros against the Texas Rangers,
Yep.
probably tonight, and then you've got
Yes.
the Phillies versus the Diamondbacks again tomorrow, probably.
Both of those games are tonight.
Oh, tonight, okay.
Yep.
Probably should do some more research before I come on the radio.
No, you're fine.
So if you're a baseball fan, you got that, and
you got baseball.
probably all kind of other assorted football and
Yes.
soccer, field hockey on if you want. You get too tired of the rain today and want to sit and watch some things.
Yep.
So Tanner has some tidbits today.
All right.
Speaking of the Baseball World Series, on this day, in 1947, the radio rights for the Baseball World Series were sold for 3 years. You know what they were sold for? Give a guess.
$10,000.
$475,000.
Oh, I was a little off.
And that's for the radio rights.
Yeah.
Today, it was almost $7 million.
Yeah. I'm not carrying the World Series.
And I wouldn't imagine what the TV rights probably. There's a B word in there with billion probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
You a Lord of the Rings fan?
I've watched all the movies. They're really long, so.
You read the books?
I have.
Okay. On this day in 1955, the publication of Return of the King, the third and final volume of The Lord of the Rings, was published by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Hmm.
You a fan, Cathi? I've read them. One, because my son was reading them for a school project, so I thought I should probably read those too so we could
Good point.
have good conversations at dinner. Those are tough books to read.
They are. They are.
800 pages plus, and seems like I should be more of a literature guru fan, but I labored through it, I completed them. It helped me watch the movies with my son, so that was good.
Yep.
Upcoming events. It's that time of year for Halloween movies.
Yes.
Got The Shining on tonight at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Coco tomorrow at noon. Free for kids, $5 for adults. And Hocus Pocus tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Free for kids and $5 for adults.
All right.
Have you seen any of those movies?
I've seen all three of them actually.
You a Shining fan, a Stephen King fan?
I am. I have yet to watch Doctor Sleep, which is
Okay.
supposed to be like the next chapter of The Shining. But
Yeah. Okay.
it's on my agenda before Halloween hits.
I'm a big baby. I don't like scary movies. I don't like seeing things like that. Just Coco, I'd watch. You know.
Yeah.
Hocus
it's nice.
Pocus. That's not really a horror. It's kind of
No.
comedy.
It's fun.
Yeah. So if you want to catch some movies, now's a great time to do that at the Times Theater. Want to share some flowers this week. Paul, you usually do a great job with the weather, but last week you may have missed the mark a little bit with the Chamber Chili Cook-Off and the Classic Car Show.
Well, that's because I had my renewal, and it wouldn't be a Zartman wedding without some type of weather.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
renewed your vows.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So you weren't responsible for the weather then?
No, it's Tanner's fault.
Okay, then let's blame Tanner. So, kudos to everybody that came out, the chili cook-off participants, the citizens that came out and supported that, the cars that showed up. 200 to 300 cars showed up, right?
About 200 cars.
That's
was
pretty
represented.
amazing considering it was just a nasty day.
Yes.
So, next year, bigger and brighter and better.
Yep.
We're guaranteeing full sun, 70 degrees.
70 is a little warm for chili.
Okay, maybe 60 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's October 12th next year, so
Yes,
mark your
October 12th,
calendars already.
2024.
The reason I know that is I listened to the Chamber Show a couple of days ago on the radio.
Yep.
So, flowers to everybody that participated in the Chamber of Commerce, the volunteers, the citizen participants, the car show people. Turned out to be a really great event, even though the weather was not what we expected. But
Right.
That's okay. Money news. The Dow finished down at 33,400, off about 250 points. Crazy money market now with world events, everything that's going
Yep.
on. The 10-year Treasury notched higher to 4.996 on Thursday, inching closer to the 5% level that was last crossed in 2007.
Okay.
So, we'll just skip the money news for right now. It doesn't seem like it's all good news right now.
Yeah.
First Federal Savings Bank. Nice fall weekend. We'll be open from 8:30 to 5 today. Tomorrow, 8:30 to noon. So if you're going out looking at some leaves, stop by and get some money, then visit a local restaurant, have some dinner there. You can always bank with us online. Our mobile app, which is free to download, and our ATM is open 24/7 if you need some cash. We have a bunch of specials going on this time of year.
Yes,
It's
you
kind of
guys do.
unusual. So, with the interest rates where they're at, got good news on the deposit side. You earn 10.5% on the CD special for 10 months, 5.10% annual percentage yield. That's the highest rate probably since 2007. Actually.
Yeah.
Loan rates are up, but we're trying to offer some specials to offset the higher rates. We have 2 rate specials that will go through October 31st. One, if you're going to be buying a home this fall, we have a fixed rate loan special now through October 31st where you can receive a lender credit, $750 for lender credit of loans of $200,000 and less, and $1,250 for lender credit for loans greater than $200,000. So that's a good deal. Help you get into a new home because life things happen. People get married, people change jobs. So if you're interested or you need to move up because your family's growing, we can be there to support you. Give Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson a call. Our construction permanent loan special, that's where we have one close for the construction loan and then you go into payments after the construction's done. That's an adjustable-rate mortgage and a 30-year fixed-rate program. You can ask Ben or Stacy more information about that. And we still offer free checking accounts, personal checking accounts and business checking accounts. And you get a free gift. Do we ever bring those in for you, Paul, the cereal dispenser?
Not yet.
That's usually how I have my breakfast each morning. I go into our pantry and pull out the Tupperware cereal dispenser, pour my Cheerios in there. So this is a three-tier set, so you can probably have your Fruity Pebbles and your Fruit Loops in there, or maybe your Special K or Wheaties in there if you're trying to eat healthy. Don't worry, there's no sugar in any of those.
No, not at all.
So we offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lindy Breeden. Now is a great time of year. This is the open enrollment session for Medicare. Brian Bell and Mark Bluebach can help you with that if you're not sure what to do. Give them a call, but also they can help you with your 401k rollovers. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is our famous quote. Everybody knows pretty much by now by heart, but we're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. That's a direct quote from Dick Belcher. And borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines and they're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
Great. We welcome our special guest, Cathi Collins, Fulton County Jail Commander.
Good morning.
Is that your official title?
It is.
Okay. I'm glad you're here this morning. There's a lot going on in the jail the last couple of years.
There has been.
2021
Yes.
opening.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and your history and what your role is at the jail?
Graduated from IU in 1980.
We'll give you the applause for that.
One of the kids went to Purdue, so
Okay,
it's
well,
kind of one of those house.
Your family is supporting the state
Yes,
schools. That's good.
Absolutely. Graduated from IU in 1980, and I had always wanted to be a police officer. And 3 weeks after I graduated, I got hired at Logansport PD. So
Okay.
I spent the next 35 years with Logansport PD and retired. Wasn't ready to retire, but they made some offers to public safety employees, and I was one of them that decided to do that.
It made it worth your while.
It did, and then
What brought you to
Chris-
Fulton County?
Well, I actually graduated from Caston,
Okay.
and I grew up in the southern part of the county during the summers, and Chris Sailors caught me on my patio one night. When he
You
was
made an
looking-
offer that you cannot refuse.
Well, I won't say I couldn't refuse it, because I could have.
Okay.
Didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I checked around with some other area sheriffs that I had worked with over the years and that were retired troopers, and one of them told me to run the opposite direction as fast as I could.
Okay.
The others, nah, that's no problem, you can handle that. So I've been in this position since 2015, and I haven't had a day I didn't want to go to work, which was the same way down at Logan.
Yeah, so that's what it is. You
I-
need to have that desire to show up to work every day and be present.
There's days you don't want to do what you know you have to do when you get in there, but I haven't had a day that I got up that I didn't want to go. So that's positive.
Well, I've had the great opportunity of kind of seeing you at work through the tours that were offered for the jail opening, and then maybe we can talk about this in a few minutes, the JCAP program,
Yes.
the Jail Chemical Addiction Program.
Yes.
But seeing how you work at the jail, Cathy's a rare jewel in our community that to see the work that she does and how well it's accomplished and how the inmates are treated with respect, because they're people too, you know.
Yes.
And everybody has a role and responsibility. You do a great job being a jail commander.
Thank you.
What are some of your biggest challenges being a jail commander?
The biggest challenges, convincing some of the folks that get booked in that they do have a life. There's a life out there. I'm pretty quick to point out that they got to get their act together if they want to make something of themselves. I've asked numerous people, including the two that just graduated from JCAP program, you know, how old are you? And one of them says 33, and I said, my God, you're a third of a century old. And you ask the other one, and it's like 49. My God, you're almost a half a century old. Is this what you want your life to be like?
Yeah,
for
there's
the
a
next
second
50
2/3, or there's a second half.
Yes,
hopefully.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see a great outcome with the two guys that just graduated from JCAP. They were so impressed that there are people in our community that actually care about them. That was the amazing part, was all of the programming that come together and the people that made that programming work. I know that some of the folks that were coming in to do the programming were kind of skeptical at first, but they still were willing to come in, and by the time that program, I never got anything negative in a comment from any of the service providers, because I would ask them when they come out, everything go okay, yep, everything was great, I just love those guys, they're doing a great job, and everything was positive, and you can't ask for any more than that.
That's probably the advantage of having a new jail. You can do programs and things that you couldn't do before.
Correct, and as much as having that type program, we did offer, we had our class, we had one small classroom that literally was about the size of this
The
room.
radio studio.
And we did do some programming in there, however, it wasn't conducive to being able to offer to more than like 10 people at a time. Our staff meetings, my staff meetings over at the old jail, we had to do in the lobby
Okay.
because we had more room in the lobby to be able to get all of our staff in there. Now that we're at the new jail, we've got one nice big classroom, and it's used 5 days a week.
That's awesome.
We've got a few morning classes, but I also have to keep some of those mornings throughout the week available. On occasion, we have to do Zoom court calls for out-of-county inmates. We have to, we've done some mental health evaluations in there. We've got a big Mondo pad in there, so we can do that. And my staff training right now, like we just did staff training yesterday morning. And so there's just some mornings we have to keep the room empty. And everybody that works at the jail or previously knows that I still wish we had 6 more classrooms, because it would just be more conducive to getting programming going. I had 6 residents that all went through CPR training.
That's awesome.
Last
It's a life skill too.
Tuesday or I can't remember which day because we got everything going on out there, but I think it was last Thursday, and they truly felt like they had accomplished something, and they learned infant, child, and adult CPR, and so they've got, that's something else they can carry out with them. All of our food service workers, they earn the ServSafe certification while they're working in our kitchen. We
So it's a
contract.
skill that is
It's another
deployable
skill,
in the community.
absolutely. We've done logistics classes in the jail prior. We did them over here. We did hospitality classes that Tim Van Dyne came with Grace College. He was contracted through Grace College to do those. But those two programs are nationally accredited programs. So you go in and you add that to an application, and
Right.
that's
It's
a
recognized. It's recognized
yes, it's
as
recognized.
an industry standard that makes
Yes.
them employable.
Yes.
So we mentioned the JCAP program a little bit. We had people on the radio show early in April or May before the program started, talking about the program, and the session just finished.
Yes.
Why don't you briefly talk about what JCAP is and what it accomplishes?
Okay, so it's fairly common knowledge in our community that drug addiction is a major issue. If you look at the reports in the newspaper or hear them on the radio, there's a lot of drug arrests in our county. And this is a program that was originally started down in Dearborn County. It was an idea that grew down there. Kosciuszko County up in our neighborhood was the first county jail up here in this area that started doing it, and it's finally picking up. It was a program that I had been very interested in being able to do, but we didn't have the facilities for it at the old jail. And Sheriff Heichman, that was one of the things on his agenda, platform, whatever you want to call it. We needed to be doing something else besides what we were doing to give these people something to do with their lives. And when I first talked to these guys in our group, we had a couple of situations where I just asked them, what would you want to learn while you're in jail? One of them was financial literacy. One was learning more about cooking. You know, and those, and we provided
life
that.
skill,
It's
life
a life
skill.
skill. It all comes down to life skill. I had, when I first started talking to the first group, I asked specifically, who knows how to wash a load of clothes? I had one that, and I know how he learned because he grew up in that household and he was taught how to do it. But the number of people today that don't know how to do something as simple as wash a load of clothes. So those are the skills we're also teaching.
And I thank you for the opportunity for the bank to participate as a service
We loved
provider.
it. They
There were
loved it.
10
Yeah.
to 15 service providers
Yes.
that come in, and the bank came in 1 hour a week and talked about financial literacy, basically,
Yes.
and things that you kind of can't take for granted. But there were
So-
5 employees involved in the bank, and to be honest, there was a little intrepidation from them when they came in, because
There was.
I tour a jail like with my kids when they're going through Cub Scouts and things like
Yeah.
that, but I've never really been in a jail.
Yeah.
But it was a great program. The people involved with the program, the participants were engaged, very open and welcoming. They asked great questions, they wanted to learn, and it was a great growing opportunity for the bank employees, I think, and also hopefully the participants in the program
Yes,
too.
I totally agree with that. We had other providers in there that talked about how to deal with your emotions, you know, what to do instead of getting mad, or if you're upset with your child, you know, you tell them I love you, but I don't know why you're doing what you're doing, or how else can we work on this issue. Even though they didn't have any children, they also went through a parenting class. Because again, being a parent doesn't necessarily mean you got to be mom or dad. You could be aunt or uncle and still be having that child in your home. Kids can be a handful. We know that, and so that was another really interesting take from them. It was like, well, we don't have any kids, and it's like, well, but think about it. You don't have to have any kids to still be in that role. You may take a family member to the park, or you may take them to Dairy Queen. So that was really, that went over really well. We had a gal in to go over how to live a healthy lifestyle and how to exercise, and you wouldn't think that they were so excited about it. And lots of times you wouldn't think that that would be something that they were excited about, but they were.
Well, these people are looking for hope and
yes,
opportunity.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Cathi, for being
Thank
what
you.
do for the. You have a great passion about what you do.
I do.
And you bubble over with enthusiasm. As we close, why don't you give us a few numbers about the jail? What capacities, number of employees, things like that.
We've got 230 beds. I got to be honest, I have not looked at the inmate list yet this morning. Yesterday we were running between 99 and 100. We actually house for Wabash County, Pulaski, Howard, and Miami right now, as well as federal inmates. So, we may be going and picking up somebody, or another jail might be coming and getting somebody to take to court, and then they bring them back. So our population fluctuates throughout the day. We've got 22 employees right now. We've got a lot of very young employees. We do hire at 18. It's a job that I personally probably wouldn't have accepted at the age of 18, but I was
But you've
carrying.
got some great people out
We've
there.
got great
that are
people
very
working
passionate.
out there, and they enjoy what they're doing, and I demand respect from my staff. We've been into several other facilities where respect isn't necessarily what you hear the minute you walk in the door, and I've asked inmates when they've come in, how would you like to be addressed? Do you want to be addressed as Mr. Van Sickle or Todd or whatever? And we picked some people up in South Bend not too long ago, and I had one that, what do you mean? I said, well, what do you want us to call you? And he told us, and he says, I've never had anybody ask me that before. So it is all about respect out there. You've got some people that, yes, they're going to be career criminals, but you've got others that truly are trying to get their act back together, and if that's the outlook on life they've got, we want to work with them.
Well, thank you, Cathi Collins, jail commander. You do a great job.
Thank you.
You're making a difference in our community. You're
Thank
making a difference in lives, and we recognize and appreciate that.
Okay, thank you very much.
So we'll wrap up with the jail question. Largest prison in the world.
Are we going by Google, or what are we
This is
going
from
by?
Canner Lee. So
Let's
that's
see.
scary.
Tell us again what our options
We
are.
ruled out LA County Jail,
Yeah.
Klong Prem Central Prison in Thailand, New Bilibid Prison in the Philippines, and Rikers Island in New York.
Well,
I'm gonna go C before she Googles there.
That's the answer, right?
is it the answer? We'll have to ask him where he got his answers at.
New Bilibid Prison, capacity of 6,345 inmates, but it's currently overcrowded with 28,000 inmates.
Well, the Indiana Department of Corrections, I guess you have to determine whether we're talking about multiple facilities or one, but Google says that it's in Istanbul, Turkey.
We'll go with Cathi.
I'm just,
She's the
Google's
expert.
always right, right?
She's the expert. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, thanks, guys.
Great job on the radio today. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Words of wisdom.
Yes.
Our attitude toward life determines life's attitudes towards us. That's kind of what you're talking
Very
about.
true.
From John Mitchell, American politician.
All right.
Thank you,
guys
Paul.
so much. We'll see you again next week.
Great.
With those words of wisdom,
4 minutes over. Sorry, Paul.
First
You're
Federal
fine.
Program.
Oh.